What we want to talk about through this section and through this series of lectures is how to manage the competency of your team and individuals, of course. Now, a good place to start then is to have a think about, well, what exactly is a competency? It sounds like a bit of a corporate word, but it's pretty simple. A competency is simply a collection of skills or a bundle of skills. So we want to figure out how do we find out what are the best competencies required for a particular job, and also we want to find out how do we then put in place some kind of system or structure to develop the right skills and competencies. Now, there are some obvious downsides to not having good competency management, but the biggest one is that you don't end up with the right people in the right job. Now, that can come about for a variety of reasons. One example might be you want to promote someone into a new role. Say it's a new project management role. Well, if you don't understand that person's level of competence, then you might end up putting the wrong person into that role. You have a false perception as to what they can really do. The other problem that can arise from poor competency management is simply recruiting the wrong people into your organization. And lastly, when it comes to learning and development, an obvious problem is that you develop people in the wrong direction. So you think they need certain skills, but actually you've got a false understanding as to what is truly aligned to the objectives of your organization or your team. So we want a competency management framework that aligns the objectives of your business with all the different competencies that are required in order to achieve those objectives. Now, I worked with a really large organization not too long ago, and they had a great performance review process. They also had a lot of learning and development that was happening, but there was no connection between the two. So someone's performance would be assessed, but the manager would have no idea what to link that to. So what were the true expectations for that role? And then when it came to learning, they didn't know, well, what are we trying to achieve here? What do we need to improve in order to achieve the objectives of our team and our organization? Now, that might sound familiar to you. So that's what we're going to explore through these lectures, how to create a great competency management framework so you can achieve your objectives and so that people can learn the right things that's going to lead to success for your team.